Alright, so I'm shooting this in the front yard, and this is my first experiment in doing an underquilt. And here's the deal. I have a 28 Singer Model 99, it's a little 3/4 machine, which is amazing. I had a problem with my wallet, and I'm like, well, these things are supposed to sew through leather. It went through like 4 layers of leather with no problem, not even breaking a needle. But this is my underquilt that I made, and we're going to actually try it out this weekend. We're going on a little overnight camping trip. So let's get into this. All right, it's heavy. It is sort of heavy. I need to weigh it, but it is sort of heavy. But what this is it's a Thinsulate. So it's got 2 layers of Thinsulate, and then I added channels on both sides there. So I added the channels there, and they just have right now some shot cord. This actually might be too heavy for the shot cord, but I've already been in it once today, and if you look at this end, where I'm telling you, it's not very sophisticated. It's just basically a quilt with channels. Now, ultimately, I'm probably going to gather this like this, but this is my first shot. So here in the yard, we've got oak tree there, and one end of my hammock just has arbor. This arbor restriction stuff, so you can tie your trees out. So that's wrapped up around the tree and comes down to here, and I'm using a Harbor Freight tarp. So again, not very sophisticated. And then in here at this end, I have a real carabiner, another tree strap that I made, and I need to resew. And then a junk key carabiner holding the shot cord for the underquilt. So we're going to do something that I hate to do because frequently it ruins the video, but I'm going to jump in the hammock and give you my impression. So hold on a second, I've got to get everything squared away here. Good picture of my finger there. Alright. Here we come here. Let me slide my shoes off here. Yeah. And then yep. And I got to slide up. Alright. So the hammock is, this is just a gathered in hammock. We can see the, right now, it's at about the level of my feet. Change that up a little bit. And I can reach around and I can actually feel the underquilt touching the bottom of the hammock. So that's pretty cool. So this is my oversized, overweight Thinsulate first shot at an underquilt. And again, my skills are for the sewing are not up enough that I feel comfortable doing anything like a down underquilt or anything else where the materials are really expensive. But I wanted to make a Thinsulate quilt anyway, and I did that, and it's a warm sleep. So I thought, well, I had this Thinsulate laying around. An underquilt would be a good thing. And when I was here, I was laying in the hammock for about 10 minutes, and the underquilt is actually warm enough to, it's about maybe 68 degrees here. The underquilt is warm enough to be annoying. So I got to figure out what to do with this. I actually sort of wanted it to be higher here so that if need be, I could cross it and make it sleeping bag-ish. And that's sort of where we are. You know, if I were to take a carabiner, and I have one in my pocket, let me reach out here. If I were to take a carabiner, I'll set this up here like this. And this is one of these cheap, non-load-bearing carabiners, probably good to 70 pounds or something. If I put that there, okay, if I put that there, okay, there's the carabiner. It's holding the lines parallel. It's squeezing me a little bit, but this makes it extremely sleeping bag-like. If I put another one down there, you know, you'd have this narrow 4 to 7 inch gap, and that might be doable in warmer clothes, and or with my other Thinsulate quilt on top. That might be enough coverage. So we'll see. This is again, this is my first test, and expect cooler weather this weekend, and we'll be out in the upstate of South Carolina. Oh, there's my dog. The guy that has that truck evidently did something to my dog, because whenever he comes by, the dog lets him have it. But yeah, so this is my first shot underquilt. If you have any suggestions, and I encourage you can contact me, personal message, or you can leave a comment. You know, let me know what you think. And but yeah, here's a view from the inside, and very appreciative of the people at Hammock Forums. And I think if you look down there, I don't know if you can see it, and I'm using my phone instead of our little flip camera to do this, so I can't zoom in it. But if you see down at the end, there's some cord locks there. And I'm thinking about taking some more of the screen material. I have probably 20 yards more of the screen material, and just folding it over a couple times and creating about a 5mm wide ribbon, and then running that through the cord lock also, and then tack it to the end of the black part, the Thinsulate, so that I have a quilt that way too. Have a means of adjustment that way. But laying here right now, or lying here, actually sort of warm on my butt and my side. Well, I'm wearing a light fleece top and some scrub pants. And in my job, I'm allowed to, wear pretty much anything I want. And in the summer, frequently scrubs are the way to go, just because they're cheap and they're thin, and they're easy to launder, and they look decent. But I found that these scrub pants are awesome outdoor round camp pants. They're 65, 35 polyester cotton, and they're just enough to be comfortable in, and they're pretty rugged. And I have a number of these in OD green, and I'm very happy with them. So this is the view from the hammock. In the front yard, go figure, we live in a place called Forest Acres, and we got all sorts of trees everywhere. And I had about 50 cut out of the yard. If I'd been a hammock camper then, I might have not cut so many out. But this first test with the underquilt.